Alright, hello, hello. All my Animal Crossing fellow fans, thank you for joining me. As I've just landed in my friend's island, Corutopia, I'm here today as I come visit every day to tend to my flower garden. So, what I wanted to share with you today is my leased land on my friend's island. What I have here is a 10 by 10 plot of land that we negotiated a bit for, but I was happy to have access to extra land. And so her price of 10,000 bells a day a few weeks ago definitely sounded like a lot, but was well worth it. And now that we have access to a little bit better ways of making more money, it's almost free. She loves it because she gets free, easy money, and I love it because if there's one thing that you'll notice on my island, it's that there are flowers everywhere. I've let it become, some would say, too overgrown. I might even say too overgrown. But since there was no more room for flowers and I still had some hybrids left to get, I needed more space. So this worked out nicely, I think, for all parties involved. I even have a little bulletin board post about our project. It started out as the Magnificent Mums project because this was my land that I used to get green mums. And now that I have about 20 green mums, I've taken them home. And I actually just recently told my friend that I'm going to bring my green mums back one day because I actually need more than 20. At first I thought that would be enough, but just like so many of my other hybrids, it is never enough. As you can see, my friend is happily watering my roses as she does every day, which is part of the reason why this has worked out so well. We actually made this deal a while ago before I even knew about the watering bonus for flowers. But there is a watering bonus that if visitors water your flowers, you're more likely to produce offspring. And so I've been the beneficiary of my own watering because not only does my friend water them for me on her own island, but since I'm a visitor, I'm giving my own flowers the offspring bonus. So as you'll see over here, I have 4 purple windflowers, and if you know my island, you know that I want at least 4 of a kind. And so these are my only 4 windflowers that I own right now, and so I won't be able to bring them home until I have at least, I would say, probably double that. And then probably a few more, but who knows? Oh, she just asked me if this is the 6th day. That's funny. Because I'm used to paying her $13,000 a day. Because as I'll show you in just a few minutes, I actually have a second plot of land. I actually had to expand this initial plot of land because I needed more room for more flowers. And she's asking me, is this the 6th day, question mark, because I told her for my second plot of land, which is only 5 by 5, I pay her 2,500, but I told her I'll pay her 3,000 for 6 days, or for 5 days, and then on the 6th day I would get that second plot of land. I would have already paid it off because 500 a day times 5 days would be $2,500. It was just easier than taking out 100 bells 5 times. It's easier to take out 3,000 bells. But she's funny because she does not miss her rent. She will not miss her rent, and she even has it in a. We even have a contract. In her contract, she says that if I'm late paying rent past 9 p.m., there will be a penalty fee. We actually had a quibble about this the other day because we both forgot what the penalty fee was, and we didn't feel like going back on Discord to check. So luckily, she's a really kind landlord, and she said, first time she would let it slide. And it only happened because I completely forgot to pay. So that was definitely my bad, and I definitely owed her. I did pay her for that day, but it was late, and it was after 9 p.m. The 9 p.m. rule has actually come into effect a few times because sometimes she's not home before 9 p.m. And we haven't really had to, figure that out contractually speaking yet because I always just mail her the money, which I think she probably appreciates. But as far as our contract goes, as long as that money is there before 9, I guess I don't really have that many rights. I didn't have it in my contract that I have to visit every day. She doesn't have to open to me, but luckily she's just as obsessed as I am, and so she pretty much is on all the time, just like I am. Now, she just asked me, did I see the lamps? I want to take just a quick excursion, sorry, to be a little bit off topic, but I do want to see what she's talking about. I know she's been working on, I see, these are the lamps. I know she's been working on slowly but surely moving all of her townspeople to the southern shores. And wow, it looks really nice. I love how she painted them white. These are the plots of land that she's planning to move each house. Oh, yep, she has a new house on its way. Okay, she has her first villager here. Just the other day, she and I both actually planned out 4 houses on the beach. She was inspired by someone on Reddit to move her houses to the beach, and so this is the project. Almost finished. The beach is finished. Oh, that's nice of her. She's telling me where the DIY is. So I'll definitely be going to get that from Bill. But I love the way the houses came out. We actually tried to fit 5 on the beach. And, oh, it's a trophy case. I already have that. There was absolutely no way we could figure out how to fit 5. It looks like we might have been able to squeeze a few more spaces if she wanted each house to only be 1 space apart, but she said as part of her prerequisite for her reno, she did want 2 spaces in between the houses. And I must say, it's looking really, really nice. I love these hedges. Those are new. She didn't want the house directly in front of the bridge, and I understand why. It basically cuts off that entire waterway, which does look a little, I don't know, unfinished. It looks fine, but I love this bridge. I wonder if she might just add like one extra row of water to kind of make it look more pleasing. But we'll see. I can't wait to tell her. I love these hedges. These are all new for me. I've never seen her with hedges like this far south before. So it's really beautiful. Alright, I'll cut this out of the video once I get all of these rugs. But I am a completionist. It's my first time ever being a completionist, and it's been a lot of fun. So every time I see Sahara, you know I have to buy everything. And that's saying a lot, because a lot of people do not like Sahara. I don't know. Some people have given up on her entirely. I love her. I just love the way she talks. I love that she sells me amazing rugs. I love that there's so many mysterious floors and walls to collect. I have so many left to get. But luckily I have an app keeping track of it all. And there's nothing quite like that endorphin rush of checking off something that you didn't have before. So I definitely treat Sahara like a little treat. There is one thing that I don't do with Sahara. I see a lot of people probably buy both the mysterious wallpaper and mysterious flooring. But I only buy whichever one I don't choose out of for the tickets. So once I have a ticket exchange, I try to alternate, but I always forget. So I try to alternate, but then I'll always go back and buy only the other one that I didn't choose. I think I can buy both. I'm actually not even sure. I've never even tried it. I think I can buy both, but I don't know. I guess that just seems excessive to me or something. So I'm going to buy mysterious flooring. I feel like the ones you buy are much lower chance of being something that you don't have. I think they're set, actually. I feel like they're just set for everyone. But I feel like, I don't even know if this is true at all, so don't take my word on this, but I feel like the ones that you exchange for tickets are probably RNG, and they're probably going through the pool that you don't have. There's probably a percentage chance of ones that you do have, especially once you start collecting them all. But I tend to think, oh wow, I always get a new one when I trade in my tickets. And then I feel like I don't often get a new one when I just buy. I don't actually know if that's true. That's just my thoughts on Sahara. So, back at my rose garden that I paid today 10,000 for plus 2,500 up above. I'm trying to get the elusive blue rose, and I've been trying now for probably a week, and even with the watering bonus, I feel like it's been very difficult. I keep getting offspring that I just do not need. So for example, I do not need this red offspring. I need a black hybrid from the 2 red seeds. I do not need this white offspring from 2 white seeds. And I have to double check quickly, but nope, I don't need this white offspring from purple hybrid and white hybrid. So let me pull up my infographic, because as much as I love flowers, I am horrible at remembering how to get what, and I might even get anxious coming here because I have to, it's so hard for me to keep track of what is what. But everything you see planted right now is a seed rose, except for this one pair down here, and obviously the windflowers, but except for this one pair down here. And I have it written on my computer that this is a purple hybrid from 2 white seeds, which it looks like I just got a second one of that. And this is a white hybrid from a white and yellow, which I do not have a second one of that yet. So if I just produced a white hybrid from a purple hybrid and white hybrid, that has to go in the garbage. Unfortunately, that is not needed. Luckily, however, this purple offspring is. This purple offspring has to be matched with either a yellow seed or a white hybrid. So since I already have a white hybrid and purple hybrid paired, and even though they're not producing much of what I need for me yet, I'm going to take this purple and I'm going to mix it with a yellow seed. And luckily up in my northern garden, I have that yellow seed waiting for me, so let me grab it. Really quick, if you ever notice, sometimes my character either just slows down, stops walking completely, or will turn around and just generally act sluggish, and it's odd because at first I thought it might be like a drift issue, but I'm not playing with Joy-Con. I never play with Joy-Con. I'm playing with the Pro Controller, and I can't explain it other than maybe the game is chugging. I'm really not sure. I know on my island I have some like frame rate issues because I have so many flowers, and oftentimes there'll be things that just take a second to load, and so I thought it might be related to that. Maybe the same thing's happening on her island. I don't know if any of you have experienced that with this game in general, but it is just a little inconvenient. It's a little annoying. Now I have to find a place to put my 2 new roses. And the problem is I want them to have maximum output potential, but I really didn't want to dig up any of my other roses. And I definitely need them far enough apart that I won't ever confuse which is which offspring. Because at first I had flowers filling this whole garden in a grid, but that was before I went for the blue rose. The blue rose has just been such a headache and so much more difficult to keep track of. So I definitely want full range of breeding. And so I'm going to make the decision now to dig up my red roses, even though I do need black hybrids for one of the methods I'm following to get blue. I actually have, I don't know if you noticed, but I have 3 or 4 black hybrids up in the northern garden already, so I don't really have a problem digging these up. Even though I did read online that you lose every day that you water flowers, if they don't produce, they still get some sort of like counter on them that will make them more likely to produce in the future. So I am losing that counter by digging up the reds, but I already have 4 black hybrids, so I'm not sure that I need to worry too much about that right now. I actually need to ask Corey, my friend, to water these. And good, she's running by. Let me grab her, hopefully. She'll probably say she already did. So let me just tell her that these are the new ones that I do need her to water. And as I wait, I hope she notices. Oh, here she is. Yes. Perfect, thank you. Let me just write down now. I have 1 purple hybrid from 2 white seeds plus 1 yellow seed. In the bottom left of Coreytopia's southern garden. Believe it or not, that's the only way I can keep track of this because my memory is shot. Now, these purple windflowers have been watered. All of my flowers have been watered. My rent has been paid. So I'll just be dropping off these 2 seed reds. There was that little chugging again. I don't know if you saw it that time. I'll just drop off these 2 seed reds in my northern island garden. My northern garden. I kind of treat this as a holding ground right now. You guys can let me know if you can think of any better use for this, but I don't want these to reproduce right now. These are my 3 hybrid whites. These are my 4 hybrid blacks. This is a seed yellow, and these are 2 seed reds. I don't water them. Corey knows not to water them. Of course, it could rain, but I don't really want them to reproduce. A, I don't have room for them. B, I really don't want to risk cloning. I mean, I know it should be a direct clone, but I'd rather just make sure I have it straight from the seeds. And that's why I'm about to go sell all of these roses that I have left. So yeah, that's it. I just wanted to show you my land leasing program with my very gracious friend. I wanted to let you know I am hard at work trying to get these blue roses. So far, I'm only on like step 2 of a 7-step program. I'm following 2 different methods. I'll link to those below in case you want to see which methods I'm following. But if you have any tips or tricks for me or advice, I would greatly appreciate it. I am obsessed with flowers. This is my first time in Animal Crossing ever breeding them all. And I'm just excited. I'm looking forward to that day that I can hopefully get it right and get that blue rose. So thanks for joining me, and I hope to see you soon.